Back to one of our top stories now. SARS says it will start legal proceedings against KPMG for reputational damage. Last week, the firm withdrew all its findings and recommendations regarding a report on the SARS intelligence unit. For some analysis on this story, legal expert Kathy Powell joins us now from our Cape Town studios. Good evening, Kathy. Thanks very much for joining us. Well, KPMG says there are problems with our report. SARS says no. There are no problems with that report. Who are we to believe now?
I think we must believe the people who wrote it. It's a bit like a car manufacturer making a car, selling it to you, giving you rights in it, as Tom Moyane keeps insisting about this report, and then saying, sorry, we made a mistake, don't drive it, we need to take it back. So yes, I think the people who drew it up actually know whether they followed the correct procedures when they did so, and they've said that they didn't.
Well, we paid for the KPMG report. Not only is it our property now, that report in fact stands. It is SARS wrong, at least on those facts.
Yes, SARS is wrong. SARS cannot make up a report that it set an independent agency to produce. And to the extent that SARS is claiming that it can decide what the report says, it's in fact impugning the independence of that report. Remember that one of the criticisms of the report is that it contains extracts seemingly provided by SARS or SARS's lawyers. In other words, it wasn't independent. Now, for Tom Moyane to claim that he can decide whether what is in that report stands is to, in effect, claim the right to write the report. The whole idea was that KPMG did it, not him.
Now, legally, I mean, can SARS take a report whose authors are now disowning and use that report to act against the individuals who have been implicated? No, it can't. It has already done so, and they would have some sort of legal claim either against SARS or against KPMG or both. It could try to use the report, but it could be challenged for doing so because the veracity of the report is now completely, well, in ruins. The only people who still think that the report is valid is SARS itself, and they're not the final arbiter on this. And the implications for other organs like the Hawks, who may have relied on that KPMG report to build their case? Well, if only SARS were saying that they're upset with KPMG for misleading them initially, then SARS and the Hawks and other institutions would have a claim against KPMG for the trouble that KPMG has caused them. But if the Hawks take the same position that SARS have taken, which is no, we're standing by the report, then they don't really have a claim against KPMG. It depends on whether they're prepared to accept that the report was faulty in the first place. If they do, then they could presumably proceed against KPMG because they would themselves be facing claims against the people they targeted on the basis of that report. Well, SARS is threatening to sue KPMG for, among others, reputational damage. Do they have a case? SARS, that is. No, I find that surreal to ludicrous that they could be suing for, in effect, defamation, because KPMG can easily prove the defense against a defamation claim. For one thing, it's true. And KPMG will know that because KPMG did the report. It can show what procedural irregularities, what things it didn't do that it should have done are there. Secondly, KPMG can actually even prove that it's in the public interest. So it has every defense that it needs against a claim of defamation. Wow. Legal expert Kathy Powell, thank you very much.